Welcome to a pretty intense Saturday workout. So we're going to get our high fives, we're going to talk about it real quick, and then we're going to get going. So let me get my high fives. High fives for workout. Oh, good girl. All right, guys. So let's get to work real quick. This workout is pretty long of a timer. It's basically a full 60 minutes on the timer. So I'm going to talk really quick. Go, 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 go. Everybody's hurrying this morning. Everybody's hurrying this morning. All right, so real quickly, guys, what you're gonna need, one heavy weight, and that's gonna be optional if you want to challenge your lower body exercises. So totally optional. If you're not there today or you're not really sure, then you do not have to have weights for the lower body exercises, but it is an option, and I think you can get through all of them with just one heavy weight, okay? So one heavy weight option. You do need plenty of weights for your upper body exercises because we're kind of all over the place with our upper body. Sorry, I've got something in my eye, of course, the moment this video starts. So you need your full upper body weight selection, whatever it is that is a light, medium, heavy for you there. And then you need something to elevate your heels. This can be a book. This could be a yoga block is honestly probably too tall. You want something only about yay big to where you are still steady on your feet, but your heels are elevated. So for me, I'm going to use like a weight plate. That's a nice little elevation. But a book, something like that is probably what you want. Yoga blocks just going to be way too tall. So something to elevate your heels. If you don't have that, no worries. You'll just do the exercise a little bit differently. And then yoga mat, floor support, whatever it is that makes you comfy on the floor. We do have some exercises on the floor today. And I keep glancing at my sheet because I wrote this workout almost a week ago. And so I'm like, what is it again? What is it again? And there's, a list this long of exercises on the sheet. So we are doing a 5-4-3-2-1 format. Super straightforward. We work for 5 minutes. We take a pretty long little break. 4 minutes. We take a slightly shorter break. 3 minutes, shorter break. 2 minutes, short break. 1 minute. And then we do it all over again. So it's pretty intense. Those are long periods of work, and there's no break between the exercises. So for that 5-minute block, we do 5 1-minute exercises, no break in between. 4-minute block, 4 1-minute exercises, no break in between. So this is one where I will tell you, when you hear that little doop, 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 the last 3 seconds click down of the exercise, go ahead and start transitioning to the next one. Normally I don't say that. Normally I say work to the bell because then there's a break and then the next exercise. But in this class format, there is no break. So take that 3, 2, 1 click down as your opportunity to change weights or change positions and get ready for the next exercise. That's how you're going to get the most out of that minute of work. Also, go ahead and acknowledge that this first round is going to be clunky. You don't know what exercise is coming next. You're not exactly sure what weight you need for it. So go ahead, accept that your first round is going to be a bit clunky. You're going to be like, what do I need? What is she telling me to do? Oh my gosh, we're already 15 seconds in and I haven't even started. Go ahead and accept it. It's fine. That's just the nature of this beast, okay? So you might feel a little overwhelmed the first round. At the end of the first round, we'll just take a big deep breath, reset. You'll know it's coming and you'll have a great next 2 rounds. We are going to go through the 5-4-3-2-1 3 times, okay? So we're doing full body plus cardio. So our 5 minutes is going to be lower body. Our 4 minutes is going to be upper body. 3 minutes, lower body plus cardio. 2 minutes, upper body. 1 minute, plank. Full body, okay? So we're getting 2 lower body rounds, 2 upper body rounds. The only difference is the lower body round, the second one, has a cardio piece to it, okay? So that's how we're working today. We're gonna move quickly. I'm gonna shut myself up here in just a moment so we can get started, but it is a solid like 59 minutes and 15 seconds on the clock. So if that's too long for you, then just stop yourself after the first round if you don't have too much time, or stop yourself after the second round if you have a little bit more time, but not quite 59 minutes and 15 seconds. So modify as needed. If I don't address how to modify, please give me a shout. I will check in. I'll try to check in a little bit when we have the longer breaks, but at some point the breaks get too short for me to get around and check the camera. So I will do my best to check in and help you and set you up for success. And as always, please like, share, subscribe, participate on social media. Anything you can do to keep us moving in the right direction and get more people paying attention to us, the better. And lastly, if you would, please consider donating. It is the only payment I receive for these classes. So if you've been doing these classes, you enjoy them, you're doing them on YouTube, I definitely see I'm getting some views there. So if you're enjoying these videos, please consider giving. Even if it's just $5, anything will help and help keep this project moving forward. Venmo at Strong Style Fit is where you will find me, and any donations are again greatly appreciated. All right, guys, I'm gonna grab a drink of water. I'm gonna check on the video real quick, and then we are gonna get rocking and rolling. Our first exercise is going to be where we use the elevation of our heels. So I'm also gonna grab that too. So go ahead and grab whatever you're gonna use for that and get it set up, okay? I'll be right back. Amazing. Now that I'm out of the picture, does this set look today? It's so beautiful. All the oranges and the maroons and the purples. Oh, mwah, it's beautiful. All right, guys. So I am gonna, at least for the first try, I'm gonna try doing a little bit of weight with my lower body exercises today. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't when we're moving at this fast pace. So I'm going to get set up for that. So we've got our heels elevated onto whatever it is that we're going to use, our book, our weight, whatever it may be. We're going to hold the weight here to our chest or long ways here, however we want. We've got our toes pointed out, but we don't have our heels quite together. We have a little bit of space, so we still want our feet about hip width apart here. We have our heels in, our toes out. We're going to hold the weight here, really kind of tuck that tail, nice long spine. We're going to come out and back up. So this is one squat where you will hear me say, your knees are gonna go past your toes. I normally don't cue that, but in this particular setup, in this form, it's actually a safe way to move, okay? All right, so I'm gonna hit start on this timer. Once we get going, we are in it to win it. It never stops. All right, guys, we're gonna get going in 4, 3, 2, and 1, and I just said 4 in a really silly way. All right, weight here, if you're using it, let's go. So here, guys, I really want you to think about zipping up the back of those legs, like you're zipping your legs up, like you zip up a pair of pants. Really squeezing everything up as you stand. Zip those lips. Zip those lips. Well, sounds like I should zip my lips today with all of the verbal miscues I've had so far. Zip those legs up to the top. And again, guys, modification is just not to go so low, or if this position is just not working for you whatsoever, you can do a regular traditional squat. If your heels aren't elevated onto anything, you can do this same pose. All right, guys, next exercise, we're doing a back lunge with a curtsy. So I'm going to wait and see how my balance is before I commit to a weight. So we're going to back lunge here. I'm going to back lunge, come up, curtsy squat. So the same leg is doing the motions. Sorry, I'm really concerned about the room I have, and I'm not focusing on my balance. Here we go. Back lunge. Up and touch, curtsy squat. Back lunge, touch, curtsy squat. There we go. Now we're flowing. Back lunge, curtsy squat. I knew I had room in my back lunge. I wasn't sure about my curtsy. Perfect. Other side. So this leg is just doing the lunging. Your other leg is doing all the movement. Back lunge. Curtsy squat. Back lunge. Scoot back just a little. No, not. Curtsy squat. This one, guys, is pretty intense, so if you don't need to add a weight, no sweat, I'm sure you're still getting plenty of work. Guys, modification here is just don't go so low into your lunge or your curtsy. Or you can break it down and just do one or the other. All right. We've got an alternating lateral lunge. So we've got our legs wide, but not too wide. Hold weight to the chest. We're gonna sit down to the one leg, come to the middle, sit down to the other. So you wanna make sure that when you sit, that you're still coming down right over your planted leg. Your knee still over ankle. A lot of times if we're too wide, that doesn't happen. And so if we're too wide, we're like kind of squatting with our leg out here really awkwardly. No good. All right, last one. Bear squat. Come down to hands and knees. And we've done this a bunch lately. Hands and knees, tuck your toes, elevate your knees, and then we push back towards our heels, come forward. Heels, come forward. And you'll notice too, I'm super blown up from trying to talk so much to describe these exercises and do them with no break for 5 minutes straight. If you've never tried talking through an entire workout, it's a whole extra cardio challenge, especially when there's no break at all to catch your breath. So we've got a minute break here, guys, and then we'll have our 4-minute upper body. Lateral lunge, just real quick. The point I was trying to make is if we go too wide, then we sit down to the middle and our knees way out here. We want to make sure that when we sit, we are over that leg, okay? And I know I was holding the weight in a funky way, and it's because I was trying to talk to you and point, and so you don't have to do all that weird shifting with the weight like I was just doing. All right, guys, 15 seconds. It moves fast. So we've got reverse fly, we've got angel wings, which is actually new. We have a chest fly on the floor, and we have an alternating tabletop row on the floor. All right, reverse fly. Whew. So, shoulders back and down. We sit back into that seat. We make those little bear hug arms, and we open. Squeeze between that shoulder blades. So guys, it's an open, not a lift, okay? That's a lateral raise, but with your body in a really not appropriate position for a lateral raise. So we're opening. Your arms come open and back. Squeeze those shoulder blades behind you. All All right, angel wings, guys. This is going to be a light weight to a light to medium weight exercise. So we start the 90-degree bend in our elbows here. We wrap up into like the bottom of an overhead press and then roll it back down. So our arms never come out of this 90-degree position. We're just rotating through our shoulders. Whew. It's a pretty intense one in those shoulders. Basically, you roll through every shoulder head that you have with one motion. Perfect. Chest flat. Come on down to the floor. All right. Again, we've got those bear hug arms. Really get those shoulders under. We open up out of the bear hug. We squeeze it back. Open up. Squeeze it back closed. So engage those shoulders behind you, almost like that reverse fly. But then you focus on that squeeze of the chest forward. So open, squeeze it closed. Open, squeeze it closed. And again, we're down over the chest here. Make sure you're not up over your neck or head. And when I say chest, I mean that nipple line, okay? All right, we've got alternating tabletop row. I made a mistake. I didn't grab 2 weights. There we go. Perfect. So our hands and knees. We've got our hands elevated up on our weights, and we have 2 weights. That's how we'll be able to alternate. Chest shines forward, pull. Pull. Lead with that elbow. We're focusing down in this region of our back. Should be our break. Yeah, so we have 45 seconds here. Whew. So you can see where we're already getting cardio just from the pace that we're working at. So now this 3-minute round, we're going to be doing lower body exercises, but cardio lower body exercises. So now the cardio is going to pick it up even more. So next trip through, I'll kind of cover what I'm going to do a little differently to preserve myself a little bit. This round, like I said, is just a little more clunky. Clunky for me, I've got to do a whole lot of talking while we're moving through this really fast pace and no breaks. So I'm getting super out of breath. All right, guys, so we're in a sumo squat. So find your sumo position. Nice wide legs, toes pointed out. And we're going to do sumo squat hops. So we come down, pop up. Pop up. So it's just little hops off the ground. We're not looking to jump high here. We're just looking to barely get our feet off the ground. Little hop, little hop. Popping's not for you. You can come up onto a toe, or you can come up onto both toes, or alternate toes, or just do a sumo squat if none of that's working, okay? I'm also going to take my own advice and remember to start transitioning to the next exercise, skaters. As that countdown clocks down. So skaters, guys, we hop across, and you push with that back foot. So you're trying to keep that back foot elevated. So it's not like a curtsy where you step back with that back foot. It's a push. Now I'm a little bit limited in space here, so mine are pretty narrow, but you can make these as big as you want. Really jump across from foot to foot. Just make sure you're landing with a soft knee. It's like you're landing in your squat. Or no jump at all, step across and push. Step across and push. It's up to you. Squat with front kicks. We just did these recently. So we squat down, front kick out. Down, front kick out. So it's not a rocket kick. Push. Push them away. Get off me. Pow. Pow. Use the force of that glute. Push. Your break. Only 30 seconds here. You guys grab your water whenever you need it. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of pace. We're going to Zottman curls next. So Zottman curl will probably be, it's a bicep curl variation, probably be lighter than you normally do. So, hands forward, we curl to the top, flip our weights, lower them down, flip them back, curl to the top, flip, lower. So that flip and lower is what's going to affect the weight of your bicep curl. It's like I found I can curl 20s and even 25s. Probably not for a minute, definitely not for a minute, but with this, I'm going to do 12s. I can maybe do 15s. And I might switch that out on our break. Curl up, flip, lower down. So we're just hitting the bicep in a different way when we flip and lower. We're also working our forearm strength. Right, come down to the floor, but then we're going to be hopping right back up. So we're going to come down to the floor. We're going to do 5 tricep push-ups. Tricep push-ups. We have our hands right underneath our shoulders, chest shining forward. We drop our elbows straight back, push up. Straight back, push up. That's 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to come up and do tricep extensions till the end. So, those tricep push-ups, I know that was fast. You do it at your pace. It's 5. You do 5, whatever your pace is, and then you come up, and we're going to do tricep kickbacks till the end. So, those tricep push-ups. Perfect. We've got 30 seconds, and we have our 1-minute plank. So tricep push-ups, guys, I don't often make them look easy. Those 5 probably looked like it was pretty easy. But trust me when I say it's only practicing yoga every day, because tricep push-ups is a huge piece of yoga, that I'm able to do it. And trust me, also, if it was more than 5, they would start to not look nearly that pretty. So, I'll come back to that during our break. We've got a 1-minute plank. So, set yourself up, fingers wide, hands underneath your shoulders, chest shines out forward. Then we pick up our feet, pick up our knees. Now, for 1 minute, I want you to try. If you can't hold it for 1 minute straight, that's fine. Just keep trying. That means you need to drop your knees for a bit and then come back. If that means you need to come out completely and then come back, that means you need to stay modified the whole time. Beautiful. I just want you to keep trying for 1 minute straight. Push that floor away. Don't collapse down into your shoulders. Push away. Core up and in. Drag through those heels. Beautiful, guys. Come on up. We've got a 2-minute break here. Catch our breath. Think about our weight selection. So I think I want to try 15s for my Zotman curls. So I'm going to grab those. I didn't use my 10s, so I think I'm going to get rid of those. So guys, use this 2 minutes wisely. You want to catch your breath, but you also want to set yourself up for the next 2 rounds to be a little bit easier. So get your weights how you need them. Make sure you have the right weights out so you don't have a lot to debate about. We're starting with the elevated heels, so go ahead, set that out. So that's waiting for you. You've got 1 minute and 3 seconds. This next two rounds, I'm going to talk a little less. It takes a lot of energy to talk constantly. I don't think I ever stopped talking for that whole round. So all the cardio plus the talking. I'm sure at some point you were like, I can't even understand her. So I'm going to be a little more quiet. Through this round, I'm still going to coach, but I'm not going to just talk the entire time. Give you some time to focus. Let me conserve my breath a little bit. And also, something to be more mindful of for me, maybe for you too, is to actually use that 3, 2, 1 countdown to start transitioning to the next exercise. I'm going to pause the timer just to give ourselves a couple extra seconds because I still want to get to check on the camera too. So that's the tips. Just for heads up next round, I won't be talking quite as much, and use that 3, 2, 1 tick down to start transitioning to the next exercise. I didn't start doing that till towards the end, and it really makes a big difference. So let's remember to do that. Have your weights all set. Have your elevated heel set. Have everything ready to go. Make sure your water's close by. Now we know what we're doing. We know where we're going. Should flow a little easier this time. All right. Scoot my weights out just a little bit. There we go. All right, guys, I'm going to check on the camera. When I come back, we have 15 seconds left on our timer. I'll let that tick down so we can reset and we'll get going. Perfect. All right, I'm going to hit start on the timer. And like I said, we have 15 seconds left. So, with the elevated heel, goblet squat. Oh, I feel a little recovered now. I finally do. So I just have to remember to be a little more quiet this round. All right, we've got our goblet squat. So we have our feet still about hip width apart. Heels in, toes out, tail long. Squat straight down, back up. Again, modify by adjusting how deep you go, how much your heels are elevated. And if the motion just doesn't work for your knees at all, let's do a traditional squat. Zip those legs up to the top. Open up the zipper, zip it up. Enjoy the snap, crackle, and pop of my knees. You can hear when I'm not talking. All right, back lunge, curtsy squat. Into our back lunge. Step up. Curtsy back. Step up. You guys will remember, if you've been working out with me, we've been talking about curtsy squats and making sure that we keep them kind of narrow. I used to coach curtsy squats very differently. I think a lot of people do them very differently, where you do them really big. This really like huge step back motion, kind of like I just did. That really puts a whole lot of things out of alignment when you do that huge, huge curtsy like that. Oh goodness. I always wondered, they just felt so awkward to me, like I could do the motion, but I was like, I'm not even sure exactly what I'm working here. And I feel like I'm just within a breath of really twisting and hurting my knee. That was the game changer. Keeping it more narrow so everything's in better alignment. Alternating lateral lunge. So we're wide, and we transition over. So you guys see I'm transitioning my weight from hand to hand and kind of reaching the weight down towards that foot. Just make sure that you're still keeping your chest up and that you're not doing that, okay? Right, bear squat. Hands and knees, tabletop position. Set up, tuck those toes, elevate those knees, push back, come forward. You can modify this by coming up a little higher, or you can break the movement down. Hover your knees, push back, lift, push forward. So, several ways to modify there. Keeping those knees straight ahead. Don't let them flare out like a froggy. Woo! 5 minutes straight of work. That's a lot. Hi, you're here early. What are you doing? What are you doing? Are you just so excited? Wow. What are you doing? Can I give you a high five for a break? Oh, kisses? High fives? Come on, high fives. Good girl. What you gonna say? Go. She is fired up this morning, apparently. All right. All right, guys. I hear treats. All right, guys. 10 seconds. We've got reverse fly, angel wings, chest fly, tabletop row. Catch your breath. All right. Reverse fly. Set it back. Bear hug arms. We open. We close. Open. I know you guys see me looking down and around a lot right now. I've noticed I tend to kind of flare open my right shoulder a little more than my left. So I'm really kind of making sure I'm trying to keep my shoulders even here. All right, angel wings. So that 90-degree bend. Open it up, wrap it up, wrap it back down. So you see nothing about my grip is changing. I'm just rotating up, rotating back down, rotating up, rotating back down. Up, back down. Again, this is a lightweight exercise, guys. 5s aren't quite enough, but 8s for a whole minute. Whew. Have to take a little break or two. Come on down for that chest fly. Again, bear hug arms up over top. We open and we close. Okay, staying over that chest, that nipple line. Bend stays in the elbows. So we don't open up and straighten out. No, no, no. Keep that bend. Right, alternating tabletop row. For most of us, that's going to be a heavier weight. Into that tabletop position. With your hands right underneath your shoulders. Chest nice and forward, neck long. Pull. You might need to set your base a little bit wider with your knees than underneath your hips, just a smidge wider, just to keep yourself nice and stable. That is our break. Catch your breath. We've got 45 seconds here. And we've got that lower body plus cardio combination work. Get the sumo hops, the skaters, squat front kicks. Get that water, guys. Oh man, these 5, 4, 3, 2, 1s, they deliver the goods. Sumo squat setup. Go ahead and just do one before you start hopping. Make sure your feet are in the right place. And then we can start our little hops. You can use some arm momentum if you want. Or just hold them steady. And again, remember, You don't have to hop at all. You just lift your heels or do alternating heel lifts. You've got several places you can be, or just keep your feet flat and maybe move at a faster pace. We're landing light into those knees. So when you come up, you push, and you land back into that squat. So you don't want to goof, and just land without bending those knees. You want to give into it. Think of it like shocks. You're absorbing. Same thing with the skaters. It's like a shock. You absorb. You don't into the ground, right? Again, make these as big as you want. Big jumps, as far as you can from side to side. Again, as long as you're landing with that absorption in the knee. Or if you have a confined space like I do, just keep it narrow, move a little faster. Really make some big arms. If it's a little too much cardio for you, take the arms out, step across. No hop at all. Same goes. If you can't have impact, then step. But if the cardio's fine, do a little faster, add arms. You got lots of places to go. Squat, front kick. 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 Good, remember, push them away, not rocket kick. Just make sure when you're kicking out, you're not fully extending your knee. Leave a little bit of bend in that knee. All right, we got 30 seconds. So we've got the Zotman curls, the 5 tricep push-ups at your pace. After you finish the 5 tricep push-ups, you're gonna come up and do kickbacks for the remainder of the time. Right, Zotman curl. So we curl up to the top as normal. Flip the weights, lower them down. Now guys, the lowering part, the key is control, okay? So if you get to the top and go to lower, and it's like this, and you can't control it, then you need to lighten your weight. Even if that means your bicep curl is a little lighter than you normally do. Right, down to the floor for those tricep push-ups. Now guys, the point I was trying to make earlier was if I make this look even remotely easy, it is from practice, practice, and more practice. These are really tough. One of the most challenging exercises there is. So you want those elbows to come straight back behind you and push up. Now that might mean that this is your tricep push-up. And that's okay. If that's as low as you can go, I guarantee you, you're feeling a really good challenge in those triceps. So going down to the floor, literally practice every day. And I'm not kidding, tricep push-ups are one of the key components in yoga. I do it every day. So that is why. All right, guys, 1 minute plank. So yeah, that's why if that tricep push-up looks remotely easy, that is why. And I stress it just because it is really hard. And so if you're trying to do it and you're like, oh, this is all I got. No, that's what most people got, okay? And that's what I started with, and that's what I did for years. So don't be discouraged. All right, get that plank. I'm gonna walk you through it. If you don't need to walk through, go ahead and get started. Hands underneath shoulders, spread those fingers as wide as you can. Take your chest, shine it forward. That doesn't mean come out like this, it just means face it forward like your heart's shining ahead. Step your feet back, drive through your heels. Take that lower belly up and in. Push that floor away. You want your gaze slightly out and down. You don't want to be looking down at your toes. Stay strong through your shoulders. Don't collapse down in. Push up. Make sure you're breathing. Beautiful. Come on up, friends. We are through 2 rounds. So if you're short on time, you've already got a great workout in. Feel free to step away if you're short on time. But if you are ready, able, have the time, we've got 1 more round to go. I'm not going to give any extra time on the break this go round. I think I've covered everything I want to. So just catch your breath. By now you should have your weights all set up how you want them. You know where we're going. You know what we're doing. You know to start moving and transitioning during the 3, 2, 1. So this last round, really focus on the effort and making it as good as you can, getting the best work you can. You've nailed it to this point. You know what to expect. So let's really focus on just doing the best we can with each exercise, all right? All right, we've got just under a minute. I'll check the video, meet you back here. All right, guys. We've got it just over, we have 35 seconds. Let's continue to catch your breath. Get your elevated heels piece, whatever it is that you need, get that set up. And remember, we're focusing now. We're out of the chaos. We know what we're doing. So just focus on getting the most out of every exercise. Good form, maximum effort. Got 6 seconds. Go ahead and get yourself set up. All right, guys. Good. Zip those legs up to the top. Unzip. Zip. If you're holding a weight up like I am, make sure your shoulders are relaxed. All right, back lunge with the curtsy squat. Back lunge, up, curtsy back. Back lunge, up, curtsy back. job, friends. Other side. Keeping the coaching to a minimum. I want you to really focus on your best effort. Ten seconds. Alternating lateral lunge. So here's, make sure those hips are still sitting back into that deep chair. That knee over ankle still. Chest stays up. Bear squat. Come on down. Set up into that tabletop. Wide fingers. Knees under hips. Tuck your toes. Lift your knees. Push back. Come forward. Push back. Come forward. And keeping those knees facing forward. If we open them, we relieve all the pressure out of those quads. So keep them facing forward. And that round is done. No more 5-minute segments. That is the beauty part of the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, especially the last round, is that it just gets shorter and shorter and shorter until you are done. So remember, reverse fly, angel wings, chest fly, alternating tabletop row. Got 22 seconds. So again, guys, this level of cardio, we didn't have to run anywhere. We didn't have to jump. We didn't have to cycle. We're just using our body weight, maybe some weights, and that's it. All right, reverse fly. Squeeze between those shoulder blades. And remember, it's an open, not a lift. All right, guys. Angel wings. This is a new one. But man, it is oh so good. 90-degree bend. Wrap up and open. Wrap it back down. With control. Again, you notice my grip isn't changing. It's the rotation of my arms. Whew. 15 seconds. I think I need really 7s. For those, but I'm just counting my blessings that I have 8s. Because I didn't have 8s for like a year or more. Actually more. All right. Chest fly, hopefully you're already there. Weights over our chest. Shoulders long. We open. And squeeze together. Open up. Squeeze it closed. I must have set some weights on the wrong spot. I'm suddenly blocking weights when I open up. Tabletop row. All right, get set up on your tabletop. If you're not there already, get our knees just a little bit wider than hip width for some stability. Pull those elbows straight back. Straight back. Perfect, friends. Those are done. All right, all right. Whew. So all we have left is the 3, the 2, and the 1. Whew. And I'm leaving sweat everywhere. Whew. And it is cold out in this garage today. Not anymore. All right, guys, we got like 15 seconds left on our break. Oh, and she's got, oh my goodness, she's back and she is wet. Miss Ruth, what happened? Did you get a bath? You're as wet as I am. Whoa. Whoa, whoa. You can go in if you want. Sumo hops, guys. Sorry, I was getting cardio in my chasing a dog. Whoa. Whoa, she's a crazy girl. Good job, guys. Keep it hopping. Or remember, up on the toes. Up on the toes. Ooh, eye makeup in my eyes. Almost there. I'm getting a root. All right, guys, skaters, skaters. I think dogs after a bath might be the most fun things ever. Even our bandit, who passed earlier this year, he was almost 18 years old, and still, after a bath, you could get him going. He was blind and deaf, but he knew. Somehow he knew. Good work, guys. We are so close. Keep pushing. All right. We have got squats with the front kicks. Boom, push it away. Push it. Use that breath. Almost there, guys. 15 seconds. 30-second break. Oh, rest up. We are in the home stretch, friends. 2 minutes, 1 minute, done. Oh, she's back. Oh. All right, guys, Zottman curls. Oh, here she comes again. Here she comes again. Flip and lower. Lift, flip, lower with control. Lift, flip, lower with control. If you can't control that weight, you need to go a little bit lighter. 10 seconds. All right, guys, 5 tricep push-ups, your pace. Once you're done, come up and tricep kick back to the finish. Hi. Hi, you look so good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come up, tricep kickbacks to the finish. Those kickbacks, really squeeze those weights at the top. Squeeze. Pause and squeeze. It's not a swing. Squeeze. Beautiful, guys. 1 minute plank. That is all that's left. We have done it. We are almost there. So remember, the only rule about 1 minute plank is we keep trying for 1 minute. We do full plank, we modify, we break, we come back, we modify, whatever that looks like for you. 1 minute. Solid effort. I'll walk the set up one more time, but get right to it if you know. Hands under shoulders, wide fingers, chest shines forward, push the floor away. Step back. If you're modifying, step back, even if it's just for a split second, and then drop your knees. And that's how you know your modification. Your modification isn't here. Unless you're a beginner, and that's where you need to be, then that's okay. Just a lot of people think tabletop is the modification, when really, this is your modification. Tall through those hands, push that floor away. Belly up and in. Woo-wee. Friends, we have did it. 59 minutes of solid work. Hardly any breaks. And I think in each segment there's like, a minute 30, 2.5 or so minutes of break, and that's it. Whew, so that's a lot of work, guys. That's a lot of cardio just from pace. That's some intentional cardio. That's heavy lifting. That's body weight work. We got so much in. And while 59 minutes is a long time, if you think about it, think about how many people go to the gym and spend an hour and a half, 2 hours or more to really accomplish the same thing that we did, a full body workout and a great sweat. So we got it all today. So guys, thank you for sticking with me. I know this is a longer one on the clock than we normally do, but I think they're worthwhile enough that I throw them in every now and then just so we can experience and really get those benefits. So guys, thank you so much for joining me. It hasn't hit Facebook yet. I'm posting it on Monday, but heads up, if you are with me live today, I'm taking next week off from live videos, so there will be no videos for the week leading up to Halloween, and then I'll join you again after that. So guys, thank you. In that time, please visit my YouTube page. All of my videos are on YouTube. They're organized into playlists by upper body, lower body, Tabata, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1s. They're all categorized. It's a great place to go if you're looking for something specific. Please subscribe while you are there. That really makes a difference on YouTube and the functions that are available to you. So please take a moment to subscribe while you're there. And lastly, please consider donating. Again, it is the only payment I receive for these classes. Venmo at Strong Style Fit is where you'll find me. Guys, thank you so much. I hope you have a great week. I will see you in a week or so to get started on another great fitness routine. I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Mwah. And happy Halloween.